Volcanoes are like nature's fireworks, big mountains that can burst with hot rocks and lava. They're both exciting and a little scary, reminding us that our planet is always changing. In today's video we will discuss about volcanoes. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe. Volcanoes are like Earth's pressure cookers. Deep inside our planet, there's a lot of heat and molten rock, magma, trying to get out. Sometimes, this heat and pressure become so strong that it causes a big explosion, and that's what we call a volcanic eruption. Imagine a mountain with a special opening on top. When a volcano erupts, it's like a gigantic mountain sneezing, and it can be both scary and fascinating. In this article, we'll explore these incredible natural giants, how they form, what they look like, and what happens when they erupt. The birth of a volcano is like a secret process deep within the earth. It all begins beneath the ground, where there's intense heat and molten rock called magma. This magma wants to come up to the surface, but it's trapped beneath the Earth's crust. The Earth's crust is divided into big pieces called tectonic plates that move around very slowly. Sometimes, these plates collide and push against each other, creating a lot of pressure. Imagine squeezing a tube of toothpaste, and when you press too hard, it squirts out. That's a bit like what happens with magma. When the pressure builds up enough, the magma forces its way through cracks or weak spots in the Earth's crust. These openings are like the volcano's way to say, "I need some space." When the magma finally reaches the surface, it erupts, and that's when we see a volcano in action. So, a volcano is born when all this heat, pressure, and magma come together to make something pretty amazing happen on the Earth's surface. Shield volcanoes. Imagine a volcano that looks like a giant, sloping shield. These volcanoes are huge and not very explosive. When they erupt, they often release lava that flows slowly down their sides, almost like a calm river of molten rock. A famous example is Mauna Loa in Hawaii. Stratovolcanoes, composite volcanoes. These are like the classic cone-shaped volcanoes you might picture. They can be really tall and steep. What makes them special is that they can have big, explosive eruptions. This happens because they're made up of layers of different materials like lava, ash, and rocks. Mount St. Helens and Mount Fuji are well-known stratovolcanoes. Cinder cone volcanoes. These are the smallest of the bunch. They form when a volcano throws out lots of tiny pieces of ash, cinders, and rocks during an eruption. It's like nature's version of setting off fireworks. An example is Paracutin in Mexico, which suddenly appeared in 1943. So, volcanoes come in all shapes and sizes, and each type has its own way of erupting and shaping the landscape. They're like Earth's amazing storytellers, revealing the planet's secrets in their unique ways. Let's talk about how a volcano erupts in everyday language. Deep inside a volcano, there's a special place filled with super hot, melted rock called magma. It's like a volcano's boiling pot. As time goes by, this magma builds up, creating a lot of pressure, like when you shake a soda bottle. When the pressure gets too strong, the magma needs to find a way out, so it pushes up through a tunnel called a vent to the surface of the volcano. This is when we see an eruption. Eruptions can happen in different ways. Sometimes, it's like a slow and steady river of lava, flowing down the volcano's sides. Other times, it's like fireworks, with hot gases, ash, and rocks shooting into the sky. But here's the tricky part: during these explosive eruptions, something really dangerous can occur. It's called a pyroclastic flow, which is like an incredibly hot, fast-moving avalanche of ash, gas, and rocks racing down the volcano. It's incredibly destructive and can be very harmful. So, when a volcano erupts, it's because the pressure inside the earth forces the hot melted rock, magma, to come out through a tunnel, vent, on the volcano's surface, leading to either a slow lava flow or a big explosion. But remember, these eruptions can be very powerful and sometimes surprising, so it's important to be cautious and understand their potential dangers. Volcanic hazards: volcanoes can be pretty risky. When they erupt, they shoot out hot melted rock called lava, which can burn and destroy things in its path. There's also something called a pyroclastic flow, which is like a super hot avalanche of ash, gas, and rocks rushing down the volcano really fast. It's super dangerous. Volcanoes can also spit out ash, like gritty dark snow, which can mess up daily life and even make people sick. Sometimes, they create muddy flows called lahars that wash away everything they touch. And don't forget about the gases volcanoes release. Some of them can harm the environment and health. Volcanic benefits: surprisingly, volcanoes have some good things about them too. The ash they produce is full of nutrients, making the soil around volcanoes really great for growing crops. This is fantastic for farming. Also, some places with volcanoes have hot rocks under the ground. We can use this natural heat to make electricity and keep our homes warm. It's called geothermal energy, and it's clean and renewable. Lastly, volcanoes are like nature's own science and adventure parks. They attract tourists and scientists who come to learn and have exciting experiences. Many people find volcanoes fascinating and beautiful, and they visit them to see their amazing power up close. So, while volcanoes can be dangerous with things like lava, pyroclastic flows, ash, mud flows, and gases, they also provide benefits like rich soil, clean energy, and places for exploration and education. Understanding both the risks and rewards of volcanoes helps us live safely alongside these natural wonders. So, in the end, volcanoes are incredible parts of our planet. They can be dangerous when they erupt and send out things like hot lava, fast pyroclastic flows, and falling ash. But they also give us good stuff, like rich soil for farming, clean energy from hot rocks, and places for adventure and learning. To live safely with volcanoes, we need to understand them, watch for signs of trouble, and take precautions when needed. By doing this, we can admire the beauty and power of volcanoes while staying safe.